do you still want to be a nurse? And I said, yeah. And as much as I hated that moment for happening, that moment is what completely sealed the deal for me. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Paige Renee. If you have not already subscribed, go ahead and click that subscribe button down below, because you're gonna want to follow me on this announcement. I got into nursing school. Yes, I did. They let me. Make sure you guys stay until the ending so you can hear my other special surprise. They must see on my application, I include that I'm all caught up with Grey's Anatomy, and so that's probably why they let me. I'm just playing. I did not put that on my application. Do not put that on my application, guys. But yes, I got into nursing school. I actually have been holding on to this little secret for a couple weeks now, only because I just really wanted to live in the moment. I wanted to celebrate with my friends. I wanted to sleep, and then I was like, okay, I guess you have some priorities. You probably should go ahead and let people know why you tell them you can't make it to this event. It's coming soon in a couple months, because you're gonna be busy. Gonna be a little busy. So yes, I got a call from my advisor a couple weeks ago, and then also they sent me a letter in the mail. Yes. So
they're saying to me, congratulations. You have been determined, it has been determined that you are academically eligible for a Bachelor's of Science in Nursing degree program for the summer 2019 semester beginning in May. Your achievements and passion for nursing are commendable. We look forward to helping you get started on your journey to become an extraordinary nurse.
A little backstory: I graduated with my degree in communications from Cal State University, Fullerton. So those of you who don't know, I am from Southern California. And so upon graduating, I decided that I didn't really want to do communications. Like, I couldn't see myself working in that field, which was fine. But then it was like, okay, Paige, what are you gonna do? I was always just afraid of sciences. I was afraid to fail. I was afraid to do something that was hard. So not to say communications wasn't a hard major, but I was in junior college. I was picking majors. I knew I had to transfer to university soon. Therefore, I picked the major that I had basically taken most of the prereqs that a university would need, which is why I ended up doing communications. And I learned a lot, and it taught me so much, but it just wasn't, I didn't feel anything about it. And I knew it was something I wanted to do, but never saw myself doing it for life, but I didn't know what I wanted to do. And went on YouTube and just looked at videos of people in their nursing journeys and what they do every day, because I didn't really know what a nurse did. You know, you go to the doctor, but like, you're like, which one's the nurse? Who's that? You know, you don't know their roles. And so I remember talking to an advisor at Fullerton. She told me the prereqs needed to be done, and which included sciences and then a couple general ed, like English and math courses and stuff like that. She also told me if I became a CNA, I would get points towards admission if I wanted to go back to Cal State Fullerton. And so I was like, okay, CNA. And I remember finding a course, and a CNA course. It was 10 weeks long, and I went Saturday and Sunday for 8 hours each day. And I essentially got a job at a facility that one of my friends was working at. And my first week off of orientation, I experienced my first code blue. And for those, if you watch medical shows, code blue essentially, a patient isn't breathing, and you need to, you know, do what you can to basically help them breathe again. So I just remember I was running down the hall, and we got to that room, and I remember just putting on gloves. And when I stepped foot in there, it was like we were on a TV show. It was like, this is everything that I've watched. This was happening at this very moment. I'm seeing the nurses. I mean, the panic on their faces, the fear, the determination. They're performing CPR, and we're doing that. They're doing that until, you know, the ambulance gets here. And so I just remember it was my turn, and I'm like, okay, so I'm doing the chest compressions, and I'm like, I put everything I had into making sure that I'm doing it right, and And I'm like, I just came off orientation, and you know, I was finally on my own as a CNA. Those of you who don't know what CNA is, a nurse assistant. I'm finally on my own as a CNA, and I'm like, oh my God, this is happening. And remember, we did all chest compressions, and we were doing rounds and rounds of them, and we were waiting until the ambulance got there. And so they got there finally, we stepped out, and we just, what felt like forever, them coming out and, you know, telling us the time of death, that he didn't make it. And that moment meant so much to me. I had never witnessed anything like that. I'd never been a part of anything like that, and I felt so hopeless. And I like, man, like, we did everything we could. And that's what I learned about the medical field. And sometimes you do everything you can for a person, and sometimes it's just, they don't make it. And I remember I couldn't really sit in the moment too long, because I still had patients I had to take care of. And so I ended up getting together, and I just kind of started crying and tearing up, and it was like I had a cold feeling over me. And I just remember calling my dad on my break and telling him like what had happened. And he asked me, do you still want to be a nurse? And I said, yeah. And as much as I hated that moment for happening, that moment is what completely sealed the deal for me. I worked at that facility for a while, and so then I had to start my prereqs. I started with anatomy, and no one told me not to take anatomy during the summer. That was a really hard class, and I had to withdraw because I had failed my first test. Honestly, 50% should across the board for my practicum and for my lecture exam. I failed, and I told the professor, listen, your class is amazing, but I'm not going to survive. I will see you in the fall. And sure enough, I re-enrolled in his class in the fall. And so I ended up getting a B in anatomy, and I was proud of myself. Like I said, throughout this journey, I had never once was like, felt like I never was hard on myself and all that, like in that way when it came to my grades, because I was doing something so brand new. I said I never, like I said, I did not want to be a nurse before, and I was scared of hard work. I was scared of sciences, and I wanted the easy way. But as you get older, you realize that's not, some people, you realize that's not enough for you. So I ended up getting a B, and I was like, that's fine. Like, I'm proud of myself. I'm proud of my brain. I mean, the amount of information I had learned in that semester was amazing. And so next moved on to physiology. Whoa. And take a moment for physiology, because that was hard too. But I ended up really loving physiology at the end. When it was done, I was like, you know what, that wasn't that bad. When you're done, it ain't that bad. But in the moment, I was like, whoa. But I learned to appreciate it, and I learned so much in that class. So I think a little after that is when I started volunteering at a hospital, at a children's hospital here in SoCal. And so that was such a different experience from like being a nursing facility, because that's older patients, it's geriatrics, and then you are at a children's hospital, it says pediatrics. And so I was able to bring the experience I had as the CNA and then bring that into a children's hospital, but also learn so much about that. So during the time, so after physiology, it was time for micro. And let me say, micro, I literally thought I had every disease in micro. We had talked about like airborne and foodborne and all types of disease. I was like, I think I have that. Like all the symptoms, flu-like symptoms. I was like, you know what, the other day I had some chills. I think I have that disease. Let me go ahead and go on Google real quick. I'm diagnosing myself with all types of stuff. But like I said, essentially I found myself getting anxiety because I was coming towards the end. And though I didn't have the 4.0 GPA of prereqs, I had so much experience and, you know, outside knowledge of things. And I was like, how am I going to compete with people who do have 4.0s, who always wanted to be a nurse, who, you know what I mean? Like I said, no, I was a comm major before. I had to trust that it was going to work out in my favor. And so I finished micro. Like I said, I'm still volunteering, and I was still trying to figure it out. Like, okay, where am I going to go? And I remember hearing about a school and hearing about that if I passed the HESI, which is an entrance exam, if I passed the portion of a HESI, like say biology, that would cover the microbiology. And if I pass that, then that means I'm able to transfer that class in. Because I said I ended up getting a C in micro, and I don't believe I deserve that, to be honest. I'm just gonna be 100% honest. Like I said, I worked my butt off, but grading situations with professors, grades don't always reflect your knowledge. Grades don't always reflect the type of student you are, and I just want people to remember that. So don't let the grade that you receive thinking that's the type of person you are, that you're never going to get in a program, that anything, because it happened for me. So I took a HESI exam for school, and I think the minimum required was like a 73. I ended up averaging I got an 87% overall on the test. I did really good on that exam. And I remember still like, oh my God, I hope I get in. And so then that's when my advisor called. And like I said, it's such a, I thought like little hiccups in the road. She called and was like, so you're accepted, but you're number 1 on the waiting list. I was like, what does that mean? I was like, oh my God, are you telling me not to go here? Are you telling me I should not be doing nursing? Like, it's gonna work itself out. And sure enough, I had got the call, and it was funny, I got the call as I was recording a video, this same video. I got the call during the call and told me that I was accepted and that I had gotten that spot, and I was like, you know what, yes, I so did earn that spot, because that's the things just work out. Whoever that was that ended up dropping, they was just placeholding it for me while I like, whew, you know, and they said, okay, it's yours now, don't worry about it, girl, you got it. So I'm just so happy. And as promised, by the intro, by my title, I do have a surprise announcement on top of this already announcement. But I am moving out of California to go to my nursing school. So many of you are like, why the heck would you leave California, which is like the top paying state, some of the best schools, you know? But I can talk about that in another video. I don't want to stretch this one out, but I have my reasons. And if you guys also are in kind of the same boat, you're wanting to, you know, branch out in different schools and you're not sure, should you stay in California? Like I said, if you would like me to talk about my reasoning behind that, definitely will make a video for that if that's what you're interested in. Yes, I definitely will be documenting my entire journey while I'm there, from beginning to end. So like I said, if you guys are interested in that, subscribe to my channel. Follow me on social media too. If I'm not posting on YouTube, I'm on Instagram, I'm on Snapchat. I will link that too below. But yes, so thank you guys for watching my video. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and give this a thumbs up. Go ahead and share this, and I will see you in the next video. Bye guys.